regarding marriage. You're most welcome to ask.
Salam.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
There is a misconception about fixing up the meher. Normally, we see that there is an attitude building in the minds of the girls that whenever a meher is fixed, they say this is for your security. If your marriage runs into trouble, this money can help you. But actually, that is not the main reason for meher. So, can you please explain the wisdom behind the meher and what should be looked into? Whether there should be a hardcore stance while deciding the meher or not?
Well, the question that there's a misconception amongst the Muslims that marriage is only meant that if the marriage breaks up, she should be able to take care of herself. Is this the real reason? What is the real reason? And what should be the meher? How should it be decided? Is there any hardcore stance, etc.? The Quran says in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 4, that give to your wife a marital gift. Talking about the meher, that meher is compulsory for a marriage to solemnize. And in other societies, it is the would-be wife that gives to the would-be husband. When in Islam, it is the opposite. The meher is given by the would-be husband to the would-be wife. And as far as the reason that's concerned, as the Quran says, it's a marital gift, that's it. So what is it? It's a gift. Now how should it be decided? What benefit can the meher have? There are multiple benefits. The meher can be used in many ways. For example, maybe the girl's parents are not that well off and they have spent a lot of their hard-earned money in upbringing the girl. So the girl feels fine with that meher. I would like to return some of that back to my parents as a gift from myself. She can take the meher and give it gift to the example. Just a vague example, not that. It can be anything. She says, okay, fine, I want to take a meher. I want to invest in the business. So that I want to have a personal income of her. No problem. It's her property. She may want to keep it, okay, fine, I want to give it a gift to my son, or to my daughter, or to my children when they grow up. She can do what she wants with it. It can also be used in one case that if the marriage doesn't work out, and if there's a divorce, that part can even be used so that she can lead a life which is comfortable. That's one of the reasons. Not that it can't be used, or not that it should be used for, one of the reasons. So that's the reason how the meher should be decided. Unfortunately, in our society, people spend lavishly lakhs of rupees and hundreds of thousands of dollars on the marriage, and they keep 786 as meher. 786 rupees. You can't buy a pair of shoes, a proper pair of shoes with 786 rupees. So, and they spend lakhs of rupees on the marriage, on decoration, on reception, etc. And some people have, that we want to keep Fatimi meher. What the Prophet kept, 19 miskal. 19 miskal, I think, of silver it is. 19 miskal of silver, that is meher. Fine, you can keep 19 miskal, but I said that you see what was the wealth the Prophet had. So if you see the wealth what Prophet had, how much he owned, depending upon what asset he had, he kept 19 miskal. So do you have the same asset? So if you have 100 times more than the Prophet, you want to match the Prophet, give 1900 miskal, not 19 miskal. If you really have the wealth as much as what the Prophet had, and then if you 19 miskal, then fine, it's good. So actually, meher is decided upon by the status of the would-be husband and wife. If the husband is earning a great amount, he's very rich, then but natural. The meher can be big, it is not fixed. And the Prophet said, meher can even be a date. Person said, I'm poor, I don't have anything to give in meher. So Prophet said, do you know a few verses of the Quran? He said, yes, okay, teach it to your wife. So teaching few verses of the Quran to your wife also can be meher. So that's the lowest level. And the highest level, in Surah Nisa chapter 4 verse 20, says, you can even give a mountain of gold in meher. So the lowest level is, the example we have, is teaching a few verses of the Quran, which will cost you nothing. And the highest is mountain of gold. So you can even give a mountain of gold in meher. So depending upon each one's status. So if you keep 19 miskal, it's not prohibited, but check, do you have the same asset as what the Prophet had when he had his daughter married? Hazrat Fatima, may Allah be pleased with her. So I believe it should be based on each one's status. How much does he earn? What asset does he have based on that? And surely it should be few months earnings. Few months. Now few months again is vague. It can be 3 months, it can be 10 months, it can be 20 months, but few months means surely what you earn. It can't be a person who's very rich giving a small amount etc. And that can be used in whichever way. And if a would-be girl requests a high amount of meher, she can. If the boy can't afford, he says, fine, I can't afford. If she wants, she can reduce it. Or she searches for another boy and he searches for another girl. So there's a give and take, there's a mutual understanding. You can bargain, no problem. But the best is that it is depending upon the status of the husband and wife both. Hope that answers the question.